the more you think your picture in advance, the less editing.
We can talk about gear or something, but it's just gear.
I don't like weddings, but we are into people, the movies and the pictures that we create.
It's story. All the technical stuff, it's
secondary.
Secondary, yeah.
People tell you that to create amazing things, you have to be an expert.
Yeah, it's just about enjoying yourself first and enjoy what you do. It's just do it.
What's up, guys? Ryan here at Signature Edits, and today we are going behind the edit with Marissa and Ghislain from The Wild Strawberry. They are a wedding photography and video studio based in Paris, France. How awesome is that? And so today you can get your French on and see The Wild Strawberry and how they actually built their business, how they got their first clients, their approach to rebranding in the middle and just switching creative styles, how they actually develop trust when they're working with clients up close and personal, and finally, we head over into the editing section where you'll get to see how they actually edit their incredible photography. So without further ado, we're going to hit it. Let's get into it. How exactly did you wind up taking photos for a living? Like, what's the story that brought you to where you are right now?
Ghislain, he started street photography.
Yeah.
So he basically didn't really think about doing this for a living, just for fun. And the friend got married, and he said,
family and
"Well,
stuff like that.
I don't have a lot of money. Could you just take some pictures and also drink?" And that's how basically a lot of professional photographers start.
Yeah.
It's with a friend who is getting married. I started doing this because of COVID.
Okay.
Actually, I'm a 3D artist, so I'm working usually on feature films. I worked for like Paramount Pictures or Netflix, and the COVID situation. That's why we decided to create The Wild Strawberry and work together. The brand Ghislain had before, he was doing pictures like
traditional wedding photographer.
So he was doing it that way, and when we came to that point where we decided to work together, we decided that this just didn't look and feel like us. That's why we decided to completely change the way we did pictures. We got into a style that is very, very dark, art direction, and sometimes even strange pictures. It depends. And we were quite lucky because all our clients followed the movement.
I'm really curious because this is something most people don't do, like such a radical shift in their brand. So I'm wondering, how did you actually go about doing that when it comes to your portfolio? Because you just sent them a bunch of like concepts of this is what we're doing now, and then your clients were like, yeah, okay. Is that kind of how it went?
There was like more and more contrast over time, over the pictures, and then the switch just happened, and our clients just saw that we were comfortable. This made them feel comfortable too.
I think I forget myself in wedding for sometimes because I more and more I tend to reproduce some passion for street photography, for black and white, for shape, for everything.
Like the two biggest philosophies, or you can say in wedding photographies, is you have those people who say you do like full documentary pictures, you never interfere with the couple, you are just like a witness of the day. I'm an artist and provoke the pictures that I want to create. Today we have this opportunity to have couples that actually come to see us. They want extraordinary pictures, and they also tell us we are okay during the day to do whatever you have in mind, and we really think this as a whole experience where it's important that they have fun. It's not like when you do studio photography where you are in a controlled environment. When you have a classical wedding where you have like 120 guests, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
And
it's their day, not it's not for our portfolio. We are here for us, not for.
Usually they have never had the situation where they actually got shot by professionals, so they never got in front of the lens, so they don't know. If a couple tells us, I don't know, I don't feel doing this right now, we say, don't worry, we have a lot of other ideas and there are other things going on during the day. We just move on and
So many people get caught up in the idea that they have to do work like everybody else because that's kind of like what's popular. And it's so cool that when you actually uniquely are yourself and you lean into that, and rather than try to be like everybody else, you wind up actually doing better work, enjoying what you do more, and doing better for it because your clients are more happy because you do what only you can do. So what is one of the best or most worthwhile investments you've ever made when it comes to your photography?
I think branding. Everything starts when we created the brand in Wild Strawberry.
Actually, creating the brand made us laugh a lot.
We can talk about gear or something, but it's just gear. And
we actually really live our brand. Every day we have like our playlist and we have this epic music going on before even starting to work. Before you start to edit, you're already in the mood of this whole universe. You imagine
the strawberry verse.
Yeah, it helps.
It helps sometimes.
If you could go back and tell yourself anything during your first month, first year of business, what would that advice be? We are in our first year. Well, then it's especially relevant, I guess.
The first thing I thought was I wouldn't go back. Nothing special, because we actually needed to live all the steps to this point where we are today. You can't build something like this from nothing. It always comes from something. It can be all the good experience, but also the bad experiences. Calm down, wait, it will come. That's it. I say this, our prices were not high enough. And he would say, come on.
You can.
You can do better.
You deserve it.
Thinking that you deserve less than others. I don't like weddings. I really don't. Okay. But we are into people. The movies and the pictures that we create
people and
today
story.
Are very, very important for them, and that's what makes us proud. And that is really rewarding.
If you were starting over from scratch today, so you've got no clients, no repertoire, no portfolio, what would you do to get started, or what advice would you give somebody else? To
create content, even if just you have an iPhone or something, it's not that bad. You can do many things with a phone.
Today you just need an iPhone, an Instagram account, and friends or family members that are okay with posing for you. That's it. Because we all have people around us that are in love, but you don't have just love relationships. You also have friendships, you have family, parents. There are so many things going on.
First workshop or online online content, online lesson before maybe a gear, expensive gear. But with experience, I think it's.
You should have done it.
Yeah, I should have done it. I do one workshop in my life.
It's true that usually you think that to create the professional pictures you need to have professional gear, but that's not true.
Invest on yourself.
95% of our clients find us through Instagram.
Wow.
Actually. Yeah. The weddings that we actually do are very simple weddings where usually they don't have
in most cases
big venues, and this is also what I personally find is very fun, and create pictures that can look amazing with a place or with constraints that are.
It's easy to do amazing shot in a dream venue with a dream dress or something. Okay, it's beautiful, it's good, but I think it's more difficult to do some beautiful thing with nothing. That's nothing, but
with less.
With less. All the technical stuff, I think it's
secondary.
Secondary, yeah.
Here's a question for you guys: if you're hopping on a plane, you can only bring one camera and one lens. What's your choice?
Easy.
The new lens.
No, lens is easy. 35 millimeters.
Okay.
35 millimeter. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't take that one.
Me, I take 55 millimeter.
Well, you each get to choose.
The new lens.
55 to 150.
Yeah.
From Time Run.
Oh, is that the 2.8? That one they came out
Yeah,
with?
the 2.8, yeah, it's an incredible lens.
In your opinion, what's the most important part when it comes to creating photos like your style? What is the most important component of that? Is it the light, the gear, the lens, the pose, the edit? Like, what is the most important part?
Yeah,
The head.
yeah, that. But I think, especially for the black and white picture, it's a light.
We actually had the vision of the picture before it actually happened. That's why I said the head
For
over the
some
light.
picture, yeah.
Yeah.
But for me personally, who love black and white, it's the light, very harsh light, because it's where the contrasts are.
It's true that this is something that we do the opposite around when you compare with other wedding photographers who prefer softer lights, which are
soft,
more
cloudy, in the shadow.
The softer the better. Get rid of the contrast. Yeah.
And we do the opposite. We go straight to the sunlight.
We try, not every time, but we try to do the opposite.
Okay, let's get into editing if you're up for that.
Yeah.
What was the situation? Where was this taken? What kind of lights did you use? I want to know everything.
Christina and Adrian's wedding. They did a very small wedding where they just got married at a city hall. They wanted to have something very unique. So they just had a very small party with their friends and family. And here we are actually in their living room with a projector.
We want to do something which have mean for them. We have the idea to do some shot with a projector and a movie
that they really like, and so the movie was projected on them.
And for the editing, I didn't do so much thing for this one. I apply my preset, and I with the local mask, I just bring a little more light on the face here and here.
Okay.
It's a very subtle. I don't think with the compression or something like that, but it's very subtle, and that's all. Yeah.
On all our pictures, we use a filter that is.
It's always attached on my lens. I love the analog kind of effect, and not too sharp, not too digital look, especially on the highlight. There are a little smoke with a smoke machine.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask. So you brought a smoke machine in with you
to see
all
the rays. Yes.
Is it just like a little one you bought at a party place, or like where did you get it?
I have a little one machine from Smoke Genies.
It looks like an electronic cigarette, actually.
And a big electronic cigarette with a battery or something like that, and you can do smoke everywhere and any time you want. So it's perfect for me.
And you can create different type of smoke too. You have like a smoke that you can really diffuse in the whole room. You can have a heavy smoke. For us, it's very practical because in weddings.
At every wedding, we have the machine with us.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so it's a battery-powered portable smoke machine. I need to look this up.
I think also something that is important is that you like this one especially because you like to get really, really, really close.
Yeah, I love to be close of my
like sometimes
my couple.
he's just here while
because but because I prefer the intimacy of the couple. You can see on the picture.
Feel it.
You can feel it because if you take the same picture, a zoom lens with the same framing, I prefer this feeling of being in the bubble of your couple, and the picture is stronger.
And that's also where they start to sometimes do things that they would not have imagined. We were in the shower with the groom who decided to get fully naked, which was perfectly okay for him. Since we were close from the beginning, we start far and we get closer.
We get closer.
Yeah.
But we also always explain that we are looking at the light. We don't actually look at the bodies and we don't judge. I think if we wouldn't have these relationships, we wouldn't create the same kind of pictures.
Yeah, this one the process is different.
So here we have Laura and Fabien. They sent us the picture of the venue.
I have the idea of the groom and the bride and at a different window, and create a mini story with this window, and especially with the two window here.
Waited a whole day for this picture.
I'm not waiting. I work
All day, just
No,
waiting
you
for the
worked,
moment.
but
just for one picture. The only picture of the
I
wedding.
know you. During the whole day, you were waiting.
Yeah, I explained my
vision.
idea to the couple. It's not candid shot at all. It's not a documentary or stuff like that. It's very post photo. And
Provoked.
I tell the groom to place here at the bottom of the bride upstairs, the right
He's
side,
on the left side.
to have this dynamic. And I go outside, maybe 3 or 4 shots. I start to editing, and I use the upright tool on Lightroom. The perspective trait and a square, because if you see the original file is a bit something like that, it's better for me. 100 contrast at any time. I don't do less than 100 in my black and white. Little less highlight, or you can see the. I don't do many things in my black and white. It's just the curve, maybe. I crush the black and a little bit less of just at the top. And after that, the local thing, I make pop the light at the bottom on the group.
It was a little bit too much in the shadow.
Yeah, it was too much in the shadow, so dim the highlight on the window at the top, because it's too strong for me to match. After that, I dim a little bit here, the light too.
Create a little bit more contrast.
Very subtle detail here. I have I don't know if you.
Oh, okay.
I don't like this
on the
black spots. It disturbs me. I remove this halo of light, the reflection of the light at the top.
Okay.
And to finish, I just a little bit on the face on the groom. I don't know if you see it, but it's very subtle, and that's all. Without and with.
Yeah. I love that. It's amazing how it's little changes over and over and over again add up, hey?
Yeah, it's more balanced than very dark at the bottom and very. It's better like that. The beginning.
How did you get everything else to be black on the building without brushing the building?
Contrast 100.
Just contrast 100.
That's the secret.
A little bit of vignetting. I think the true trick is the crush of the black here. You see, if I dim this one, you see the at zero contrast. You see
everything is coming back.
You see the building or something like that. So I think you heard about us with this.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, man, I need to see who these guys are and how they did it.
We are here. It's us.
The wedding of Constance and Christopher, what was very challenging with them is that Constance has a very bad image of herself, so she didn't want to have a photographer at all. So it was for her really a big challenge, and during the whole day she used to hide behind her bouquet. It was challenging, but quite also very interesting to find things that would make her feel comfortable enough to actually put down, because she really didn't need it to hide behind. Here we are at this shot.
And for this one, the idea come before the wedding.
They sent pictures of the venue
and I saw on the picture
of it's actually the parking slot.
And the parking slot of the venue here. And when I saw this grid, I immediately think about a drone shot, the groom and bride laying, thinking of a very graphic shot with in black and white, of course, with green in background. The groom is a full black suit. The bride is white. Everything is black. Okay, it's very cool. Very cool suit. The idea is to play with the contrast, the black groom and the other one very black background with the white
Bright.
We wanted to have the line between the two worlds. What happened? It's not very what I imagined. The hand is not very on the on the spot. But I didn't see it in the day with the stress and everything was fast.
This moment is when they just arrived at the venue and they were actually going to the ceremony.
To the ceremony. It's just before the ceremony.
Was already starting, and we stopped them just for 5 minutes. So it was also a good moment to just make them calm down a little bit.
Calm down on the ground.
Yeah, exactly. You can see a little bit the blanket that I had stuck underneath him. This is also something that we have removed on the final picture. But
so first thing, I pass in black and white. 100. The black is not too low. I do something different with fan. A little bit of for the perspective. I don't think the grid is very straight, and I reframing a little bit to have the line in the center of the, and then I do crush all the black of one side. Voilà. -1. I do the same thing, but in the opposite way. Like I crush the contrast, the highlight, white, a little bit of exposure to make the grid pop. Doing this, the groom is glowing. It's not the problem. I make a color adjustment, to take the head back. Then just on the dress. A little more exposure.
A little brighter.
Here. Subtle, but just to make it pop. It's a very subtle thing here. It's off
it's her neck.
The neck is without and with to gain a little bit of contrast here on the neck, and to see the jaw. I think it's. And the last one, just some highlights on the dress too. The first part of the editing is done in Lightroom, and then we go to Photoshop. Voilà, the Lightroom picture is here.
So as you can see here, the hands are not on the line. So what I did is I first duplicated the whole line that I brought back to the middle without any compromises, and you can see here in the middle that I left the part with the hands like this for the moment. I squeezed it a little bit also to really match what I wanted. This tool to duplicate the background, which helped me to actually fill part that was missing. As you can see, you still have here the grid that you can actually see on the whole picture. So I did the same with the same tool. I filled that part too. And that is how we got this new line. When I looked at the picture, for me, it really looked like a full moon. I say this because they had a celestial rock and roll ceremony arch was a moon. And I did a mirror to actually put it on this place here. So very simple, actually. I have done a mask to be sure that it would smooth into the part of the picture that we already had. That's how it was and what I did. I actually just copy-pasted with a mirror the other side of the dress. Okay. Left side looks a little bit like a spaceship, and maybe she could actually float in space. And I said, oh, well, let's try something out. I got a texture from Google, and I have put it above it. It's the screen mode,
Oh, okay.
And I have done, again, a mask, delete all the stars that were above her legs. And that's how it was made.
Et voilà.
Oh, man, that's amazing. And what I love is what an amazing transformation between like the before and the after. But there was no like one thing. It was just little by little by little by little, and paying attention to those little details, like having the hands exactly on the line and having a little texture on the right and having the moon in the space.
And the drone I use is the DJI Mavic Air 2S. It's a drone about 700 or 800 euros. You can do that because you have the idea, not because you have expressing gear or something like that. You just need to have the idea and know how you can go through your idea in the post-production.
People tell you that to create amazing things, you have to be an expert and stop being stressed and thinking too much about what I was doing and just enjoying doing it.
Yeah, it's just about enjoying yourself first and enjoy what you do. If you think your work is amazing and it's what you want to do it. It's just do it.
Because we all have different backgrounds and it's more interesting to actually use what you already have than thinking that you have to get somewhere to actually start doing what you want to do. This is also why our clients love our pictures, is because they want to have something that is unique.
Well, that's a beautiful, beautiful note to end on. For people who want to connect with you further online, whatever, where can they find more from you?
Instagram, we talk about it. Instagram, the wild strawberry dot picture without a S, just picture. Our website,
the white strawberry.
Fr.
All right, so that was it for this episode of Behind the Edit. If you found it helpful, do me a favor, hit that like button. And as a challenge to you, make sure you leave in the comments below the #1 thing that you can apply to your business, your photography, your creativity today to make you a better photographer. Let's do this. Now, send some love towards Marisa and Ghislaine. You can find their Instagram. Check out their website. Make sure to watch some of their films because they are incredible. We didn't get the chance to talk about them today, but maybe in a future episode we'll have to. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Create something awesome and peace.